patient. What can I say? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Good news is, and a lot of people might not like this, I love the snow. I'm gonna actually get some outdoor lighting in here. We're expecting a blizzard. I just walked the dog, and it's coming down pretty good, but it's expected to get worse. And I walked the dog. I'd say it's about 15 degrees out there, 20, all right, maybe 20, 25, but still, I live in Tucson because that's where I work, so I'm used to that kind of climate. So when I come down here, when I come up here, this kind of weather is pretty. It's my body's not used to it. Let's put it that way. So even when it's 60 or 70 degrees out, for me that's kind of chilly, believe it or not. So, Bout Anon. Hey brother, new sub, first time live with you. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm taking it that your name has something to do with the Q movement. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. That's all I got to say. A lot of people think that it's silly, but there's been a lot of truth. So let me say hello to a few people. I don't know. I'm just curious. Were you guys able to see the thumbnail, the picture I just took? The last couple of videos, every video I'm showcasing another weapon. This is a Smith & Wesson 357. It's got 5 shots in it. 5 shots. I don't know if you could see that. And yes, it is loaded. 357 J-frame, loaded with 357 hollow points. So every video I've been showcasing another weapon. My favorite ammo so far. Now, this is actually the 40 caliber for my 40. But I love this ammo, and even though it's a little expensive, when I have the money, I buy it. My favorite shotgun ammo, and I want you to take a look at the picture of this ammo. I mean, what's inside the shell. This is my PDX 12 gauge Defender. Now, can you guys see what's in that shotgun shell? That's one giant slug with about 3 or 4 BBs. And those BBs are not like your little BB gun BB. So this is what I shoot out of the shotgun. Now, obviously, I don't go practicing with this kind of ammo. But can you imagine getting shot with a slug like that? I'm just pulling one out. And this is what it looks like. Nothing pretty. Nothing purty. Let me get some more light. I don't know. The light seems to wash me out, doesn't it? You guys tell me, do you prefer it better with the blinds open or the blinds closed? I'll let you guys be the judge. But can you imagine out of this is one big freaking pellet, one big BB? And I dare say, in the movies when they shoot at locks, it's phony when the lock, they shoot at a padlock or they shoot at some kind of lock and the lock freaking just comes off the door. It's phony, by the way. That would never happen in real life. But I would like to question, I bet you with this stuff, I bet you shooting a lock, it might just shatter the lock. I've got to try that someday for my video. Go out to the gun range and place a padlock on something. Yeah, I already said that. Juan doses with a handgun. There's no way you're shooting a lock. No way. It's so phony. But what I'm saying is with this shotgun, and look at that pellet. That's the total circumference of the shell itself. You gotta wonder if this would actually do the job on a lock. So, but yeah. So this is a J-frame 357 Smith & Wesson, by the way. If you guys are just tuning in. And like I said, every video so far I've done this week, I've showcased another weapon of mine. So let me ask you guys something. First of all, thank you so much for welcoming me, the .999 squad. Do you like it better with the blinds open or with the blinds closed? Just let me know. Let me get a consensus. 18 blinds open is better lighting. Blinds closed, so that's 1 for 1. Closed, open, open. I'm gonna open them partially. There we go. I'll open them partially. There we go. So again, Happy New Year, everybody. Definitely. I'm looking at the snow. We're expecting a blizzard here. The wind, I say, was gusting right around 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's snowing like crazy sideways. The dog, I just walked the dog. Between the wind and the dog, I was basically skiing on just my hiking boots. I kid you not. So I love this weather. I love the snow. I love turning on the fire. I love just the cleanliness, the look of snow. I don't care. You know, people always say, I hate it. I hate shoveling. I don't mind. It's a workout. You know, I don't mind shoveling. It's light. I got Subaru 4Runner. No, what am I saying? I got a Subaru Outback. I don't even, and I'm not exaggerating, for you folks who ever drove a Subaru Outback, you do not need to shovel the driveway. I'm not lying. I live on a hill here in the White Mountains. I live on a hill. I wouldn't say it's a super steep hill. I would say it's about a foot every, I'm trying to gauge it, about a foot every 10 feet, foot every 12 feet maybe. And there's a lot of vehicles that get stuck on this road. I just go zip, zip, zip right around them. You guys ever drove a Subaru Outback? That is my recommendation for a freaking automobile for the snow. Amazing vehicle. And with my credit, I could have got a Corvette. I could have got all kinds of nice trucks. But for me, the money versus the value, I didn't want to spend no 50 grand on no damn truck. And I'm a truck kind of guy, but it's just too expensive. Let me get a little Berkey water. I love my Berkey water. So let's take a look at some of the comments here. First of all, again, out of 1 million channels or so, I want to thank you for watching mine. I really appreciate that. I don't like the angle of this camera. But anyway, it's all I can do. Might be a little bit better. A little bit of silver, somebody's asking. One of my favorite bars. By the way, I took a thumbnail for this video. Can I get a consensus if you were able to see it before logging on to this live chat? I really would appreciate it. Look at that bar. That's only a 5-ounce bar. But look at that. I can literally shave with that bar. By the way, I do need a shave. I'll be the first to admit it. Let me get the other bar. But let me see. Yep, saw it. Good. Here's another bar. This is the 10-ounce bar. Let's see if I can show you outside. The camera will overexpose. You can see my iMac computer in the background. But you can see the reflection within the reflection. How's that? Let me see if I can get it over there again. The reflection within the reflection. Is that amazing? These Sunshine Mint bars, and I've seen just about every bar there is. These are the prettiest bars on the planet. I truly believe this. Yeah, they're shiny. Smoke a bar of ganja. No thanks. I'm too old for that crap anymore. I used to be interested in my firearms, and then I got a Rottweiler and a security system. Now I can concentrate on silver. Awesome, man. Awesome. So I just went to the store, and because of this blizzard, I wanted to talk about prepping. And that was the basis of showing you the silver, the Mountain House food. There's a warning here in the White Mountains for a blizzard coming in. So I got plenty of food in the house. I got just about anything you can possibly fathom to eat. With the exception is for New Year's Eve, I wanted to celebrate. I was going to go out and get a couple of porterhouse steaks, porterhouses. That doesn't sound right. I was going to go to the store, and I actually attempted to go to the store to get a couple of nice steaks and whatnot. And it is a big parking lot, and everybody, I already spoke about this in the past, got a lot of sheep who do not prep. And as soon as they hear the word storm, they all panic, and they just freaking pound into to Safeway. I couldn't find a parking spot. I eventually did, but it was, I would say, on the very opposite end of the shopping center parking lot. So I had to walk a considerable distance to get into Safeway. When I got into Safeway, I only got 20 feet in the doorway. We're talking about sheep now, people who do not prep. I got 20 feet in the doorway, and every line, register line, was open, but they all verged into one, which then that one line formed all the way around the produce to the back of the store. I kid you not. So if I was to go to the back and get to the butcher shop and get a couple of steaks, I would have had to wait in this line that was formed all the way to the rear of the store. And I'm looking at people. I first immediately said to myself, there's no way I'm shopping here. And just before I left, I looked at what was in some of the people's carts. Water, milk, things that, soups. Some of them had some wood. Can you imagine? You ever see the little pieces of wood that they sell in front of the supermarkets? There are a couple of pieces of wood wrapped up for $6.99. There's people with that wood in their cart, $6.99 for a few pieces of pine wood that you'd be lucky that would burn for 20 minutes and put off 20 minutes worth of heat. So this is why I prep. I turned around and walked the hell out of that store. Called the wife. I said, here's the situation. I know I promised you steaks for dinner. But here's our options. Boom, 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 boom. We decided we're going to and we don't normally do this. We don't eat like pigs. We decided we're going to just go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, order a big bucket, bring it home with all the fixings, sit in the fireplace and have ourselves an indoor picnic. That's what we're going to do. What do you guys think of that? Is that romantic? Treat the wife to a piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bob Silver, yeah. I mean, I live in the mountains. I get all the wood for free. Obviously, if I'm going to need to let it dry or whatnot for a while, for a long while. But I'm just trying to show you a point. These people who do not prepare, they so much as hear the word storm or snow, and they all freaking panic. And I drove by downtown. I drove by the Ace Hardware. I drove by like I said, the Safeway and the Walmart. They're all jam-packed. You can't even find a parking spot. You can't even find, can you hear the wind? Let me turn the camera around. You got to see this. You got to see what's going on outside. First of all, let me open this up here. But that's my point. They're freaking panicking. The sheep, they're panicking. It's going to take a second for this thing to... I mean, it's not as bad as the news makes it out to be, but they say as the day progresses, it's going to get worse. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just put this here. There we go. No, I'm not in New York. I'm in northern Arizona in the White Mountains, Ryan. I love snow, man. I love snow. It just don't bother me. Oh, hell no. Let it freaking dump. I don't care. Like I said, I'm prepared. Philosopher Bees, I think you missed my point. He says KFC is no substitute for porterhouses. I agree with you, but I was not going to wait in that damn line for some steaks. Did you not hear me that all the lines verged into one line and then went all the way past in through the produce all the way to the back of the store? Oh, hell no. We preppers just add silver. We preppers just don't have to panic. We don't see when the shit hits the fan, you and me, us, we don't need to worry about having to run to the store and get our necessities. Like I said, you've seen those little bundles of wood outside of like Safeways, Fry's, Publix. You've seen the little, they're bundles of wood, and they've got to be what, a foot long, wrapped in a little plastic saran wrap, and they want $5.99. And I just walked in there, and the people got their freaking carts loaded with that shit. Five pieces of wood for $4.99. That's what happens here when people hear the word snow or storm. They panic, man. They panic. So somebody wants to see some silver porn. I'm not into porn, but I love my silver porn. Look at that. Look at the comments that I read. I love you guys, by the way. I mean, and I don't know if I said this, out of the millions of YouTube channels, you chose to look at my ugly face, man. That impresses me. Thank you so much. Minnesota. Da Lone Voice. Welcome back, the Lone Voice. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope things are going better. Have you considered a freeze-dried machine? MJ, no, I can't afford one of those. Freeze-dried machines are expensive. Stephen, I think Sunshine bars are the best looking bars out there. Hands down, no argument about it. I got a food dehydrator. I really enjoy that. My sister got me these pretzels. They're coated with chocolate and everything, and caramel. So this one's got a pretzel with caramel coated with chocolate. I mean, they're addicting. I'm fighting hard not to tear this open and eat it in front of you. I got a key generator. A rookie question: how would silver benefit when cash is worthless? Why would anyone want it if cash is worthless? gold and silver. I'm just watching the vehicles go by struggling. Their tires are spinning faster than they're actually progressing up this hill. And that was a truck, mind you. You know, gold and silver go back to the very beginning of the Bible. It's always been money and always will be money. There's nothing else I can say about it. I mean, when it comes down to brass knuckles, physical metals, the physical is always worth something. It always will be worth something. There's been many monetary systems since this world has been in existence. And all those monetary systems succeeded and then failed, gone to zero. A new one's been invented, succeeded, and then failed. Ours, you can't say that about gold and silver. Silver and gold have never, ever, never, never, ever gone to zero. Can't say that about a fiat currency. Gold maple leaves, I think gold maple leaves are the prettiest. I think there's something about the gold color of the Canadian coins versus the American coins. They're just much more yellower. I don't know. I just love them. I love the Canadian gold. Not saying there's anything wrong with the American gold eagle. Let me rephrase. How would I pay my rent with silver? Well, you've already mentioned something. You've mentioned once the dollar crashes or alluded to that. I bet you your lease agreement says you must pay so many dollars per month. Your mortgage, you must pay so many dollars per month. If the dollar crashes, in my opinion, that contract's null and void. Unless you're going to have to come up with wheelbarrows of cash. And even still, you still, by contract, you only have to pay, even if the dollar is worthless, you only have to pay what that contract says. So if you have to pay $1,200 a month for a mortgage based on your mortgage contract, you don't even need to come up with a wheelbarrow of cash. What am I thinking? Your contract, your lease, your rental agreement, your mortgage agreement, it's all based in dollars. And I have not seen any kind of contingency. If the dollar crashes, this is what you revert to. So your mortgage holder needs to take the dollars. If not, tell them to F off because their contract's in dollars. Ryan's got to run. Happy New Year, everyone. Don't get too hammered. I might not get too hammered. I'm going to open up a bottle of wine, and that's it. Once the bottle of wine's gone, I'm finished. I'm not going to get stupid. The snow just multiplied by about 2 now. It's coming down. This is awesome, man. I love it. Buy a trailer, 10 acres of land. You'll pay for it in 2 years. Hey, Ortex, I highly recommend Mike Maloney's Secrets to Money. I've seen some of his videos. I love Mexican gold, just cannot afford it. I can't afford gold either, so don't feel bad, okay? Stay with silver. Stay prep within your financial abilities. That's what you do. By the way, folks, again, I know I'm repeating myself. Out of 1 million, 2 million YouTube channels, thank you so much for joining me. I know you guys work full-time, if not time and a half, and your free time is rare, and it's valuable, and I appreciate you taking the time and using that time on me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. $82-1. I think that is the silver to gold ratio. I wish it was the gold to silver ratio. And I tell everybody, start prepping. Like I said, there's a lot of people that are just here in the room just now. We just got a blizzard warning. I go out to just go grab some celebratory steaks for me and my wife for New Year's Eve. I go to the store. You can't even get into the grocery store. People are panicking because of this snowstorm. And I'm thinking to myself, what a bunch of imbeciles. They got cheap firewood in their grocery carts and Coleman gas, water. Oh my God, you think it was apocalyptic the way that grocery store was. You want to see the bullets again? Okay, the bullets, the ammo. Okay, first, I don't mean to repeat myself, but there are a few new people here in the room. Last few videos I've been showcasing a new weapon. Here's another one. This is for the new people that just came in. Smith & Wesson J-Frame 357 Magnum. 5-shot capacity. What I like to shoot out of them, I love, and I don't have a box of these. I accidentally grabbed the 40 caliber rounds instead, but I normally shoot out of them the PDX-1 Defenders. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's my ammo of choice. This is not plinking or practice rounds, by the way. And out of my 12 gauge, which you saw yesterday, this is what I shoot. Look at that picture right there. That's what's coming out of this 12 gauge shotgun if you get on the wrong side of it. So John Doe, I need to get a kerosene heater as I back up for heat. Been putting it off for too long. Joe Doe, I picked your comment out because I am the perfect guy to tell you which one to get. I've had a couple of kerosene heaters. I actually have a couple of antique ones. You see that one? That one right there? That is called a Perfection heater. It's actually from the, I think that's 1905. I have two of them. The best one to get is at Home Depot. And, gosh, I should drag it out, but it's all the way in the back of the house. Go to Home Depot. It's a big freaking white one, and it's about 3 feet tall. I forgot the name of it. I have it here. And that thing throws out 1,300 BTUs. No, I'm sorry, 2,300 BTUs. It's at Home Depot. Look it up. You can't mistake this thing. It's about 129 bucks, 139 bucks. It is sweet. It'll warm up this entire house. And I've used it before in an emergency. I have redundant. Being on the mountain in this winter, I have a lot of heating redundancies. I have central heating, which is run by propane. I have a pellet stove, which is run by wood pellets. I have these kerosene heaters, and I also have the kerosene heater I'm recommending. We also have space heaters, but they're pretty worthless. I've never seen a space heater worthy of its money. I just got two $2 bill notes, star notes today, building wrecks. Okay, that's awesome, man. What's up, Overtaxed? Hello from Wyoming. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of a day like today. Today's a special day. New Year's Eve, man. New Year's Eve. I love it. Just love it. Trump is goosing up the markets. Get out. No. So, Jersey Gal, the antique, man, it is, I gotta change this camera around real quick again. You gotta see this. So, the older ones smell, Jersey. The older kerosene heaters smell. They need to be lit outside, then brought into the house. And by the way, everybody is mistaken about kerosene heaters. You don't adjust the heat by turning down the wick, because the lower the wick is, the more fumes. You're actually supposed to turn the wick all the way up. But the one from Home Depot, it don't smell at all. I mean, at all. It's a modern version of this Perfection heater. Just Google Perfection heater. That's what I have. I have 2 Perfection heaters, but they stink. They're antiques. The more modern one from Home Depot, I can light in the house and I can extinguish in the house, and it's auto light, by the way. So the gentleman, was asking about a kerosene heater. The one at Home Depot is auto light. There's nothing to it. Never milk out by a kerosene. I never heard of that. Never leave milk out by, oh fudge. Never leave milk. Silver Turtle, never leave milk out by a kerosene heater. Well, you never leave milk out by heat in the first place, so I don't understand your comment. So I have like 50K in my 401k, cash it out or take a hit or wait it out. Well, I'm not a financial advisor. I would ask you, do you have any debt? There's a reason why I'm asking that. Normally your debt is a higher interest rate than a 401k loan. 401k loan is sometimes like 2.9% interest. And that 2.9 interest is paid back to yourself, not to a bank. Look into it. No debt, then that's, I don't know, man. I'd leave it alone. I really would leave it alone. Okay, yes, the milk absorbs the chemicals and can kill. Okay, well, I store my milk in the fridge, and I'm not trying to be funny. I store my milk in the fridge, not where I keep all my chemicals. Curious on your view about what? I'm not sure what you're mentioning, buddy. I'm scrolling up and down. Do you store water or just gonna purify? I don't store water. As you see, I don't need to store water. I don't need to store water. Let me plug this. Let me plug this in here. I don't really need to store any water. Oops, what happened there? That didn't look good. Just amplified ugly. There we go. So, do you store or just gonna purify? So yeah, I don't need to really store water. And even if it's not snowing, there's a ton of lakes around here. There really is. My water purification system, I can throw basically swamp water in it, and I'd be fine. I really would be. Juan Doses. Man, boobs are a small price to pay for some good coffee creamer. Okay. Some of you guys are funny. Need a fiat money burning heater. So I'm just curious what you folks are going to be doing for your New Year's Eve, man. I'm just curious. I was going to get a steak. That ain't happening. Okay, I'll show it again. This is a 10-ounce bar. You already seen the 5-ounce. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Pure silver. Go get yourself some. I don't have to worry about any drunk drivers. I'm only going out for one thing, and that's just to go get a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Have you ever seen my 100-ounce bars? No, I haven't. I have not. I'll have to Google or go check them out if you have a YouTube channel. I like the security mark on that bar. Yeah, but there's nothing written on it. Notice there's nothing on it. Are you talking about that, or are you talking about this? It says mint mark S1. Or, no, it says mint mark 81 in that small writing. It's hard to tell what the hell it says. No, I'm going to have to say S1. It looks like an S1. One looks like an 81, but it's an S1. Oh, I need a special lens to see the mark? Well, where is the mark? I don't pretend to know everything. Is it on the back of the bar, or is it on this front of the bar? It's on the back. Okay, I'll have to... Can somebody tell me what kind of lens I would need? It requires a serial box decoder. My lucky charms. They're magically delicious. The circle. The back, the circle? Okay, I'll have to look into this a little bit. Yeah, Jersey Gal, I'm with you. From state to KFC, how quick we fall. But I'm not going in that freaking grocery store. People are panicking due to this snowstorm. And that's the beginning. That was the beginning rant of this video. A lot of people know I do my rant in the beginning of these live chats. And this was about non-preppers. And because I got a lot of new people here, I'll just quickly go through it. We got an announcement of snow blizzards coming in. Now, we're preppers. I'm a prepper. I got enough food in this house to last me a year. And I got water here, too. I got kerosene. I got fuel. I want to go out and get my wife a nice steak for New Year's Eve dinner. I go to the store. You can't even get into the store. Everybody's panicking. They're buying Safeway firewood, for crying out loud. They're stocking up on water, and holy crap, they're panicking. I couldn't even get into the store. So the beginning of this video is about non-preppers, that when we hear about a storm, when we hear about anything, we don't need to go there. I turned around and walked away. I called my wife, hey, this is the situation. The line to the register wraps all the way around through the produce section, all the way to the back of the store just to get to the cashier. She goes, oh, it's not even worth the time. I said, oh, here's your choices. We can order a pizza, and because I live right around the corner from a pizza joint, I go pick it up. We could have KFC, and before I can give her choices 3, 4, and 5, she says, I want a bucket of KFC. We're going to do it. Bucket of KFC with all the fixings. We'll come back here. I got a nice cabin here. Light the fire. We're sitting having like an indoor picnic. What's wrong with that, man? It's not about what it's not about what you have. It's about spending the time together. Am I a military police? No, I am not. Bing, 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 bing. Morgan Silver Dollar, GSA PG MS63. Sounds like a nice coin. Elk steaks. It's what's for dinner. The back straps. I love Popeye's chicken, but there's no Popeye's chicken here on the mountain. There's a KFC. I mean, KFC, man, is rock good. I know it. It's tasty, but nowhere as tasty as Popeye's. Do 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 do. You need to plug your thumbs up. You need to plug your thumbs up. I don't know what that means, Dennis the Menace. Plug your thumbs up. Oh, I know what you're saying. You're meaning I should promote myself. Okay, folks, if you haven't subscribed, appreciate if you would subscribe if I'm doing a fairly decent job. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. I got 149 people in the room and I only got 53 likes. I must not be doing a good job anymore. But appreciate if you would give me the generosity of a thumbs up. Hey, it's not like I'm asking to borrow your car keys or 20 bucks. Or your yard tools, which I won't return. Or I'll return them and they'll be broken. Smash the like button. What's your absolute favorite piece in your precious metals collection? Why? That's a hard question to ask because there's so many. I have an army coin that literally on one side, my gosh, I don't. Maybe I should go get it. No, I'm not. I showed it. There's so many. The privateer ones with all the pirates on them. Those are nice. The Queen's Beast is nice. It's a very difficult question to ask. Really is a difficult question to ask. Anybody buy food at ALD? I never heard of them. Store your wife's jewelry. I like your analogy. Can my wife store your wife's jewelry? I think you're talking about a video I did where that we can store our own precious metals. We can store our own money. And that we're adults, we don't need a bank to hold our money for us. Why have a bank hold our money for us when they're not paying any interest to us? The only benefit of a bank holding our money is the fact that due to fiat currency and its regulations, they're allowed to, loan out 10 times their deposits. So I think that's the reason why they promote you to save your money in the bank, because regulation says that they're allowed to loan out 10 times the amount of deposits. And you ever seen that commercial where the pig is running after down the street and then jumps on the back of the person? It's all a commercial that says you should save money. They're trying to promote it as saving money. No, they want you to put your money in the bank because they're allowed to loan out more money. Yes, you are. You're doing great. You at least don't show your hoard for show off. You truly want to inform and educate. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I don't do a full stack. I never show off my full stack. You know, I'll break out a bar or a coin every now and then, or a couple of coins, or 20 coins. But I don't believe, I don't see the benefit of pulling out my entire stack, stacking it all up and saying to everybody, look what I've done and you should do it also. That is bull crap. In my opinion, it is. Yeah, I've watched The Truth Never Told. He's all right. But there's a lot of other channels that are all right. I kind of go in and out of channels. You know, I'll watch a channel and I'll, let's say, watch 50% of their videos, and I'll get a gist of what they're trying to communicate. I have been guilty of getting bored of some channels after consuming their good information and moving on to another. I've been like that even when in school. I would read a book, I would consume the information and get bored and want to move on to another book. So that's always been me, you know. So I used to watch Truth Never Told. There was a few others. What was it? Homestead. What was that one prepping channel? Oh gosh, man, when I'm sleeping, I'll remember it. He actually hires himself out to go and consult on how to prep. God, I wish I knew his name. Oh, Lord. A doomsday prepper kind of guy. I have a hard time with any channel that doesn't provide new info. I hear you. New info is very valuable, but from somebody, and I got to be honest with you folks, as somebody who does videos every day or almost every day for a couple of years, you're gonna repeat yourself, and you're gonna regurgitate some information. There's a couple of benefits though, because every day YouTube channels are getting new subscribers. Therefore, it benefits those people to regurgitate sometimes some information. Unfortunately, the rest of the people who've been subscribers are like, oh, come on, not this again. Happy New Year. 92.5. I think he's talking about sterling silver. That's the percentage of sterling silver. Come on, Lord Humongous. 0.999 is better than 0.925. Where is it? Yeah. Look, man, the snow is coming down. I love it. Just love it. Oh, no, I apologize. Lord Humongous was wishing another YouTube channel, 925, a Happy New Year. My apologies. My apologies. My eyes are going down the comments, and then I just caught on. My apologies, man. I am from Belgium. Matthew, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're all, in a way, gosh, I don't know why. The New Year's kind of depressing to me because that means I got 7 days before I have to return to work. And I've got to do it all over again. I hate working. I really do. I hate working for somebody. Co-conditioned. Yeah, Arizona is cold today. I'm here in the White Mountains, northern Arizona. It's about 15, 20 degrees. The snow is coming down sideways with about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind. It is freaking cold. North Country Off Grid. No, it's not Viking Preparedness, but I've seen Viking Preparedness's channel. I kind of like him. He's in partnership with Pastor Dowell's channel. They're two friends. But yeah, I've seen his channel. I'll have to look at something prepper. Yes, the word prepper in his name. Gosh, I wish I remember the name of him. Connor Hunran, thank you for checking and appreciate it. Lord Humongous, I'm investing in a KFC bucket tonight also. Just double checking the time. I want to time it right for when the wife gets home. It's Southern Prepper. That's it. Southern Prepper 1. So when I first got into prepping, I'd done this video a couple of days ago, but I'm going to regurgitate it. I didn't start prepping until mid 2000, 2005, 2006. The year is irrelevant. And I just accidentally fell onto a prepper channel. Never even had a clue about prepping. And all of a sudden, man, I'm bombarded with all this doom and gloom. One of them was Southern Prepper. Excellent channel, by the way. But some of these channels make you feel so anxious that you got to go out and prep and get it all now because tomorrow we're all going to be dead. And I remember Southern Prepper. I liked his channel, but I fell out of grace. No, I just don't watch him much anymore. His information at the time was invaluable, and I thank the information I got from him when I needed it. But I just don't need to hear all that negativity and doom and gloom. It's been a couple of years since I've seen any of his videos. He could have changed a little bit, and I'm not talking bad, but I also heard he was like subcontracting. He was a prepper for hire, meaning he would go and rate. He would travel around and rate how you're prepping and advise you on your weak points for money. And I hate talking negative about anybody. I think he knows more than I do. I have no doubt about it. His survival skills probably exceed mine. I have no doubt about it. It just left a bad taste in my mouth to charge somebody to help them survive or help them learn to survive. And that's all. I have nothing bad to say about his knowledge or anything like that. So, gosh, I feel bad. Something just got in my eye. Speaking of doom and gloom, let me have some doom and gloom water. That there's some doom and gloom water. Thoughts on if the August and September price of the precious metals were the new bottom going forward. I said this before. I think they were the bottom, and I always put this caveat in. Everything fluctuates a little bit. It never just hits a bottom and then goes. Give or take 25 cents, even 30 cents. It was the bottom. Okay? And if you're going to quibble about, I always tell these people, if you're going to quibble over 20 cents that it could possibly go down, you're going to hold out 20 more cents before you buy silver. Come on, what's 20 cents? I spit that. You know, what is 20 cents? I wouldn't really worry about getting to the bottom and timing the bottom before you make a purchase. You'll never be able to time that. My advice is always buy a little bit incrementally as the price of precious metals is going down, because you'll never know when the bottom is. And like I said, don't quibble over a few cents, a little change that you accidentally lose in the couch. I can't eat Taco Bell. No. Taco Bell, it don't taste bad, but half an hour after eating Taco Bell, whoa. What do you think of the Yellow Vest movement in France and other parts of the world? I commend anybody that stands up for their rights. That's what I think about the Yellow Vest. And I also made a comment in a prior live video, and I offered to pay for it, that I would not mind getting a yellow vest imported from France that was used by one of the patriots. Yes, I call them patriots. Symbolically, it would be, in my mind, a way for that yellow vest movement to spread over here, symbolically. I already know people are already planning the yellow vest movement here, but I would like to get it from France, the UK, or wherever, as a symbolic spread of freedom. So Gold Maple, there's a place down the street here. They have a shed. I would say this shed's about 15 by 15 by about 15 high. It's a smokehouse. They smoke all their meats in it behind their store. And then they actually will smoke ground meat too. And you buy some of their ground meat and you make burgers out of them. Holy smokes. That is like heaven. They smoke their own bacon, their own turkey legs, everything, their own ribs. It is amazing food there. A little pricey, but it's great. Do you guys think there's a bunker underneath the airport in Denver? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, everybody should be watching a couple of YouTube videos and just Google Denver Airport and look at the artwork there. That artwork is evil. Why somebody would want to hang up artwork of a Nazi burning little children is beyond me. There's something very odd about the Denver Airport. Now, when I flew in to Denver for a ski trip, it is freaking odd. And security will watch you even if you take pictures of that art. They won't stop you, but they definitely follow you around if you're seen taking pictures. Yes, North Country off-grid. Any interest in ham radio operations? Absolutely. One of these days, I need to take the course, and I would not mind doing some kind of even shortwave radio type of even just a hand carry type of radio, so my wife and I can communicate. Why shortwave? Because we tried those cheap radios from the store that say 21 miles. Bullshit. They don't even go a mile. Those ones that are labeled 21 miles, radio. But a shortwave or a handheld CB or something like that, or not CB, but you know what I'm talking about. They'll go the different distance. Absolutely. One of these days, when I get some free time, I need to take a course and get my user's license. I'm just scrolling through some of the comments. A&W root beer. I think you're talking about Mike Smith. It was good back in the day. And it's funny, you would go to the A&W store, no, A&W fast food chains, and you would get the best freaking root beer float. I tell you what, these companies nowadays, they're just trying to make things cheaper and cheaper. I went to the A&W store, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago. I haven't been back since. They're using soft serve now. And it was cheap, nasty ice cream. Rock gut ice cream. Monsignor Octopus, thank you so much. By the way, if I haven't mentioned your name, thank you so much for being here. What's the revolver in the thumbnail? Sorry if you answered this already. I'm about to spike my phone to the ground. Man, don't do that. I'll send you a new phone. That was a I've been showcasing a different weapon each video for the last week. This is a Smith & Wesson J-frame 357 5-shot. It's got hollow point. I don't know if you could tell. My favorite little revolver here. To be honest with you, this is the missus' gun. This is the wife's gun. I kid you not. My wife's a good shot. They say women, their heart rate is smoother. They don't shake as much. Women tend to be very good shots. 357. What I like about a 357 is you can also shoot 38s out of it. I'm just scrolling through some of the comments. Faith Hunter, thank you so much. All eyes on me. AA, thank you so much. Acceleration Rules. If I haven't mentioned it, Lord Humongous, thanks so much for being here. The Empire's Post, Off-Grid Power, Country. I missed the comment. It's going by sometimes so fast for me. Over here, thank you, Gates 74301. Tyrone, thank you, moderators. Thank you and Happy New Year. Too true over here, but I don't mind waiting if I save a buck or two. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Yes, I appreciate you and your public service. Will you continue to tune in? We'll continue to tune. I'll be honest with you. I was told I don't take compliments very well, and I don't. I don't see this channel as a public service. I really don't. I'm looking out that window, and there's whiteout conditions that way. There's a mountain that sits in that direction, maybe 400 feet. I can't even see the mountain. It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, even at work, when someone gives me a compliment, hey, I just like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know. No, I don't like precious gems. I don't know. I mean, for a preservation of wealth, I don't like them. Show us the window. Well, I want to make sure I don't accidentally show you any private information. Let me see what I can show you. I'll have to unplug this, because when Wolfman Sachs tells me to do something, I do it. By the way, Wolfman Sachs has an excellent YouTube channel. I don't know if you could see what's going on out there. And I covered up the birds there, but out that window is whiteout conditions. By the way, I made that pot rack out of an old wood ladder. Kitchen's a mess right now. I apologize. What can I say? I'm a pig. But I'm a pig who collects silver. I like me silver. Baby, it's cold outside, yeah. I appreciate your vids, regardless of why you do it. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Kennedy Allen. And again, for those folks who are looking for a very attractive looking silver bar, look no further than it. And I don't make any money, by the way, off of this. Everything I recommend, I never make any kind of profit off of. The Sunshine Mint bars are some of the prettiest bars you will ever own. They're .999, and they are very attractive. They come in 1, 5, and 10 ounce. I think they come in larger increments. They're just a very nice bar to have in your safe. They feel very good in the hand. I'll do a side-by-side, a 10 versus a, here's a 10 versus a 5. So definitely look these bars up and check them out. Let me plug the power back in to this tablet. Yeah, so I'm not I'm really not into precious gems as a storage of wealth. Jeff Drawd, a happy new year to you and your family. Happy 2019. Where we go, and I got to say this again, Lewis Walker, where we go one, we go all. I agree. That's a Q Anon thing. I hope I said that right. Happy New Year's, buy some silver. I plan on it. I plan on it. The difference between a 357 and a 38 and a 9 is 0.002 millimeter. I'm from Canada, and we don't even have half the snow. Unreal. Yeah, I love the snow. It can snow all at once. I love it. I might even talk the wife into going skiing on our next day off. I mean, that's what I love to do the most. I love skiing. I have an amazing survival skills. I am a corrections officer at Rikers Island. Live the life of fear and danger over here. Thank you for being here in this chat room. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Reality Dog. Just add silver. Norman Rockwell, eat your heart out. Yeah, I almost got a job as a correction officer or a prison guard in Tucson, South Tucson. I went for my interview. I went for my second interview. I took all the tests. They offered me a position. And it was when I was, it was quite a few years ago. You know what they offered me? Like 11 bucks an hour. I looked at them, I said, oh, hell no. Because I was listening to other people's stories about shit being thrown at you, the obvious position that you're in with no weapon or anything. Oh, hell no. That's hard work. And I commend anybody who's doing that correction type of work because you're not making a lot of money. As a correction officer, I'm just reading over here. I've been even stabbed in the chest with a pencil. See what I mean? For 11 bucks an hour. Now, I'm not saying you're making 11 bucks an hour. That's what the freaking they offered me. And I had some college behind me. So it wasn't like I was some imbecile kid coming off the street. I listened to your channel a lot. Last summer, I used to go on long walks to the forest. This is starting to sound romantic. I'm just teasing. I gotta repeat this now. Over text. I listened to your channel a lot last summer. I used to go for long walks through the forest and listen to a lot of prepper basics. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You see the naked woman round? Super expensive. I haven't seen any of those. MP, did the church cookies make you feel funny? No, unfortunately, they did not. So, those who don't know, I was doing a live chat, and the church people started pounding on the door. And I kind of opened up the door. The dog was barking. I used the dog as an excuse not to let him in. Not that I have anything about church people. I was doing a live chat, for one thing. But I also knew once you let in the church people, there's no getting rid of them. And I just, I told my wife that evening, yesterday evening, I said, I feel bad, what I did. And I think, next time we go to church, we'll introduce ourselves to that person who knocked on our door. And maybe, I don't know, offer him, offer, him and his wife to come over for dinner or something. I felt bad. Yeah, Lone Star, they are nice bars. I highly recommend them. And I think I'm going to buy a couple of more. But I'll also tell you something, Lone Star. The 5 and 10 ounce bars that I have, I won't say almost impossible. They're extremely difficult to find in stock. That's how gorgeous they are. Yeah, the government is still shut down here. All eyes on me. Thanks for the question. The government's still shut down here, and you know what? I don't know about you, but life is going on normal for me. The news, the CNN and MSNBC and all the other alphabet news, they make you believe the world's going to come to an end. They really do. They make you feel like without the government, your life is over. My life is fine. I don't need the government. Just add silver. I run 38s through my 357. Cheaper at the range. So I need to make a comment on that. I agree with you. But what can I say? Though, let's say for the wife, even for yourself, then when you start firing 357s, the performance, the flip, the barrel, and the acquisition of reacquiring the target is different from a 357 to a 38. So you really should practice what you plan on using through it. That's all I got to say. I'll throw 38s in there for the benefit of my wife, though. Do you have any 10-ounce Canadian mint bars? No, I don't. And I think you're talking about those, what? The Royal Canadian Mint bars, the RCT or whatever they are. No, I don't own any. When was the last time I cleaned this revolver? The last time was when I shot it. It's normally in a safe. That's another thing I like about revolvers. Very easy to clean. A SIG, I gotta disassemble it and this and that. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. Gary Coleman was a security guard. Yeah, he was. And a lot of people don't know it. Gary Coleman in Tucson worked at a toy or hobby shop. Is he dead now? I don't know, but he did. He was working as a cashier guy or a sales guy at a hobby shop slash toy shop in Tucson. True story. I mean, Gary Coleman was a good actor. Ah. Happy New Year, Joel Day. Happy New Year. Can I get a thumbs up? I'd appreciate it. I got 140 something people in the room and only got 92 thumbs up. I don't know why. That's a lot of my videos lately. Is it because the devices don't show a thumbs up? I know some like Android devices, like even mine, I don't see a thumbs up icon. I would imagine you have to minimize the screen or something. But hey, even if you don't, after this video is over with, and after about, I think it takes 15 minutes to publish, after it publishes, give me that thumbs up if you're unable to see a thumbs up on your device that you're viewing me from. I appreciate it. Your house is like Norman Rockwell. Yeah, my wife is got a good flair for decorations. We had a sheriff killed by an illegal alien near my town. Are you talking about that one in California? Berkey water. Oh, man. I can't help myself, guys. Can't help it. pretzel coated with caramel and chocolate. Obviously childproof. As soon as I bite into it, the dog comes running. You can't have this, it's chocolate. I'm getting older. I got a turkey neck over here. Yeah, I got a little one too. I'm 50-something years old though. I'm married. I have nobody to impress but my wife. Food stamp riot. Food stamp budget's about to run out, folks. Can't wait. Little red pony. Not even my girlfriend wants to see me naked. Had some really good chocolate when I was in Germany. Okay. We hear birds in the background. Yeah. What kind of birds are they? I don't know. They look like finches, to be honest with you. I don't know anything about birds. They're white with gray spots on them. I don't know. I don't care for the birds. Take care, all eyes on me. Thank you so much for your well wishes. I hope these people with EBT cards or SNAP or whatever you call it get cut off. They say, I watched a video that very shortly, the budget, because that budget is pre-funded, was pre-funded before the shutdown. And now that the shutdown is underway, there's no mechanism for refunding it, and they say that that SNAP or the food stamp or it's about to run out. And I want to see as a social experiment, so we know what to expect. I want to see it run out and see how these people behave themselves and what they do in order to put food in their bellies. It'll be a good social experiment for us preppers. IOUs from Walmart. Yeah. No, what I think I'll do is I'll go to an excuse me. I'll go to an outdoor cafe and order a nice 4-course meal and eat right in front of them. And because I live in a state where I'm allowed to open carry, I don't think I'll have a problem. $28 million people on welfare or food stamps. I forget which one. I think it's food stamps. And they say out of the 28 million, there's only a few who truly deserve it. Many of them who are on it now are able to work, who actually do work under the table while receiving their food stamps, as well as welfare. They work under the table as landscapers and construction workers, so they're double dipping. Many of them are illegal aliens. I just have no patience for that. No, I cannot give you any of this chocolate. You go lay down. I'm done with it anyway. He's begging for it. I shouldn't have opened it. It was something my wife gave me. I'm sorry, something my sister gave me. She gave me a bunch of pretzels that are coated with chocolate and whatnot. I go to the grocery store, just to add silver. I go to the grocery store, and you can, it's very obvious at Walmart's. I go to the grocery store with my wife, and we work hard. Our cart, when we go grocery shopping, is maybe 1/3 full. And some of these people, their cart is overflowing, meaning it's piled above the top edge. It's amazing. And then you watch them and they get out and they jump out of the store and they walk up to an Escalade. They walk up to a vehicle that's better than mine. I have no sympathy anymore for charity. I don't. Let me tell you a little story here in the White Mountains. And a lot of business owners are getting fed up. There is a large van that drives around and drops off people at grocery, at stores with signs. They go from one shopping center to another, and they just drop these people off holding signs. And at the end of the day, this same van comes by and picks up, goes from shopping center to shopping center, a span of like 10 miles, and picks these people back up. People, that is what's going on. That is what's going on. Every now and then I'll watch Guns and Gadgets. My cousin Jack. Channel Jesus Christ. Do I have a, and somebody just ban Jesus Christ from the channel? Thank you. Ban him. Don't just delete his message. Should be ashamed of himself. He names his channel Jesus Christ, which I commend, but then he says, can you give my cousin a shout out? His name is Jack Me Off. That's the kind of people. Just ban him. I don't want to see people like that here. Using Jesus Christ's name in that sort of, yeah, I ban Jesus Christ. I'm doomed to hell. Oh, man. But seriously, there is a large white van every day that goes up and down the entire 10-mile strip. And in that 10, even 15 miles, there's multiple shopping centers. And they drop one person off at each shopping center, where they stand at the entrance of the parking lot along the main road. They don't actually hold the sign at the front door of the shopping center, but as you turn off the main road into the parking lot, That's where they're standing. We'll work for food. Please help out. A vet. All those signs. This white van is dropping people off here. And I just wish the police, but they don't. I wish the police would actually stop this van and do something. Question them, find out what the hell's going on. But that's organized panhandling. You folks know what panhandling is? Begging for money, publicly begging for money. That's called panhandling. And this van is just, they're organizing it. Unbelievable, man. I got the 193s. I got a shitload of 193s. I think they're in the brown carton. I'll have to get them out and take a look. I don't think they're M855s. I don't like moochers. I don't mind. I don't help nobody anymore nowadays. And I'll tell you what, I don't believe in charity anymore because you just don't know anymore. And I think these moochers, these parasites, they give the people who really need help a bad name. I refuse to give a nickel, red nickel, to anybody holding a sign outside. There's a story I have. I was in Tucson, Arizona one time. I was at Broadway and Kolb Road. If you don't know what that is, oh well. I was at an intersection. I was in the far left lane to take a left at that light. And there was a person on the median counting a wad of money that I was envious of. What they did next blew my mind. They packed up their bags. I guess it was 4 o'clock. Their shift was over, I guess. This guy went across the street. Remember, I'm in the left lane. He went across the street, and at the time, there was a Chevron station there. He walks behind the Chevron station, which I can see, and gets into a Cadillac and drives away. True story. I am not kidding you. He gets into a freaking pale yellow Cadillac. Almost like the color of the wall behind me. Beautiful Cadillac. And drives away. This guy was there begging for money all day long. I don't help nobody out. Screw charity. I'm forced to give charity anyway. I give charity through my tax dollars. By force of a gun, by force of military and police arrest, I'm forced to give to charity. Boom, I'm done with giving it voluntarily. This was a few years ago, though. I will admit that, Red Pony. But it was a nice Cadillac. I mean, I just don't give to charity no more. I don't know who truly deserves it. And I can't give it to everybody. Otherwise, I wouldn't have nothing. Katie calls it. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Lord Humongous, I bet those worthless politicians don't need money. Well, the fact of the matter is that you ever notice how bad the economy gets? It never seems to affect a politician. I mean, when's the last time you ever heard a politician having to sell one of his 4 or 5 homes due to, hard times? Thank you, Tyrone. The politicians are off to Hawaii. That's on our tax dollars. And they probably have a meeting a day, just one meeting. We'll all get together for the day, and that way we can call it a business trip. I know the routine. I know the routine very well on the tax dollar. Because if it's a business trip, then you can write it off, you see. I wish I can go to Hawaii, don't you? I wish my father would have taught me that. If you don't work, you don't eat. Learned that too late in life. Better late than never. I'm sorry, dog. You have to try to find a way to tithe. Jesus wants it. I do tithe. Mike Smith, I do tithe. By the force of a gun. Through my tax dollars. Don't you see 28 million people on welfare? Most of them do not require it, who are able bodies to work. How do you, in this type of society, how can you determine as a citizen, as somebody just walking the streets, who truly needs it or what? What am I going to hand out money to everybody that's holding a sign, "We'll work for food," or "Please help me, I'm a vet"? Am I going to hand it out to everybody? I disagree with you. I mean, there was a day, maybe as we were growing up, people had pride. And you could tell it was very embarrassing to ask for help. Therefore, those who asked for help truly needed it. Let me try to explain what I'm saying. Back in the day, people had pride. And actually, the government made it embarrassing to be on welfare. You actually had to pull out a booklet of food stamps and peel off the individual denominations to pay for your food. It was humiliating to be on welfare. You could truly see the people who truly needed it. Back in the day, they had soup lines. So when you're driving home, you could see your neighbors who were truly in need, standing for their soup and bread. Nowadays, the government has taken away all that embarrassment. They give them now debit cards that look just like yours and my debit cards. There is no embarrassment anymore. They've taken away that. Now you can be on welfare undercover. No one will ever know it. It's humane that way. Don't you understand it? So no, I don't agree that we should give money now to everybody who claims they need help. I agree, though, with Mike about giving money to the church. And I'll tell you why. The church normally does interview people when those people come and ask the church for help. The church will sit down with them before helping. So I have to agree with Mike Smith a little bit. The church, when somebody goes to a church, normally, first of all, the credibility, I think, goes up when you go to ask a church for help. But the church then interviews you before helping you. I don't know if you know that. Many churches, before they financially help you, I'm not talking about they interview you before they give you a meal. But if they financially help you, normally they'll interview you. So yeah, I do agree that you should give some money to a church. Jersey Gal, I agree with you. There's been a couple of times, like when I'm in a food store or something, and like the cashier will say, "Well, that's $100," and I can see the lady counting out. She gets to like, $89, and you could tell. Then you could tell she's stammering, she's panicking, the beads of sweat, she's embarrassed. Then it's different. Then you can decipher who's truly in need. I have no problem with that. Yeah, over here, I agree with you. Still dumbfounded by the fact that you can own $1 million home and drive a luxury vehicle and still be eligible for food stamps. True statement. Because I'll tell you something, I grew up in the Bronx of New York. Before getting food stamps, you didn't just go online to apply. You actually had to go down to the office and be interviewed. That's another thing that is taken away. Because it's inhumane. Now they don't even do the interview anymore. You can say whatever you want on the internet. Yeah, about anonymity, but it's their rights. I agree. Mike Smith, I agree with you, and I don't agree with you, but I get what you're saying, and I just assume give it directly to the church, Mike Smith, and because again, I'll repeat it, a lot of times before a church financially assist one of their attendees or somebody, they'll interview that person. They'll ask you, all right, what are your debts? Why are you in this situation? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the interview process is, but I was told that they ask you your debts and if there's anything you can sell or whatever, and then they'll help you. They just don't blindly hand over, a mortgage check. A church doesn't do that. They'll help you with the mortgage after they interview you, but they just don't blindly, oh, you need mortgage? Here it is. They don't do that. So I just assume, and that's why I prefer to give it to a church, because they're trying to give it to the right people. I just told the story of a van here in the White Mountains, a large van. Every day goes up and down the strip, dropping people off with handmade signs. Will please help me. And at the end of the day, the same van comes back and picks everybody up in a 15-mile strip. All the shopping centers, they drop one person off at every shopping center, at every freaking intersection. They're dropping people off. It's a scam. And I agree, everybody needs help in their lives. I have needed help in my life, not just once, a few times. But I'll tell you what, those times help was not easily received. And it was a good thing because it taught me to fight for what I needed to survive. These people nowadays, man, the snow is just pouring down. I'm going to turn the camera around. You got to see this. These people nowadays, there are no repercussions for their financial stupidity. They get into a situation, immediately they're helped. I say let people suffer for a while, especially the new people, the younger people, and they'll learn to survive. I told a story about my wife and I going to Yosemite. And when you get off the asphalt, and go for a hike, you start to see signs that say, please do not feed the animals. And I'm paraphrasing because it's been many years. It says, please do not feed the animals. They will forget how to forage for themselves, or something like that. Honest to God. And I feel people are the same way. They get used to this drug. This drug is very addictive. This drug is called help. They get addicted to it and cannot function once they receive too much of that drug called help. They cannot function on their own. I say let people suffer a little while. Let them learn to swim, so to speak. You know what I mean? I know that's a hard pill to swallow. William Barnes, I'll have to take a look at that. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, I'll have to take a look at the law she wants to pass. But she's a freaking imbecile. She is an imbecile, an intellectual deficit, intellectually deficit, this woman is. But the people who voted for her, they get what they deserve because she will not provide what she has promised them. And I can guarantee you, she provided them a bunch of freebies. How else can an intellectual imbecile get into office? Because you got to admit, politicians are not stupid. They're evil. She's stupid. Major DNB, I agree with you. Suffering made me a better man. And it's not so much as suffering. Dealing with repercussions have made me a better man. When I do something wrong, if I am not punished, even by nature, I blow all my money on whatever, and I'm hungry for the next couple of days because I have no more money for groceries. That's nature punishing me, right? But if somebody runs to my rescue, oh, you blew all your money on freaking toys and car stereo equipment and gold caps in your teeth and tattoos, but here's some money so you can eat for the next couple of days. What have you learned? There is never any repercussions to your mistakes. Everybody should deal with repercussions to their mistakes. That way they learn not to do that mistake again. It is not a bad, evil thing to do to somebody to make them deal with the repercussions of their mistakes. You're actually doing them a favor. You know how many times I ate ramen? When I moved out of my parents' home, I was young. And it wasn't that I made mistakes. It's just I had a minimum wage job and I couldn't afford to pay the rent, pay the electric, pay the water, pay this. And then finally at the very end, whatever left over, pay for food. I couldn't afford it. You know how many times I ate ramen? Just that freaking eating of ramen had taught me to work even harder. Go get another job, put in an extra hour, put in an extra 2 hours, take a class at school, get a degree. Yeah, I have ramen in my food preps. I definitely do. Duke Master of Coin. I have ramen. I have big packets of ramen. Not packets, but they're boxes with a bunch of individuals. And you can fortify them. You saute some vegetables. I mean, good vegetables. Dump them in there. Maybe dice up a little chicken or something. Dump them in the ramen. You can do something with the ramen. Many times I've eaten ramen and spaghetti with nasty freaking jar sauce. To this day, I will not buy Ragu brand sauce. I will not buy Ragu brand because it is what I used to eat. It was the poor man's crap. It was garbage. Or the tall canned spaghetti sauce. Oh. I guess my point is everybody needs to experience hard times. Everybody should experience hard times. It makes people grow stronger. It is part of growing up. The government has you convinced that anything that goes wrong in your life, it's an injustice. Somebody did it to you. No, that's part of growing up. Life is not meant to be easy. Life is not meant to provide you with everything your heart desires. It is meant to be a mixture of disappointments and happiness, consequences and rewards. Sardines and pasta. Ooh, I don't even think I like sardines. I don't like the pieces of bone or. I don't like sardines. I don't like them on pizza. I don't like them on anything. Trees and long roots will survive in storms. Trees with shallow roots will be blown over. You are correct. You are correct. And also know a tree's worth by the fruit it bears. No, umpires post. I don't want people to have disappointments. But the fact of the matter is, life is not a utopia. Like the government would have you believe. I think the government makes you believe life is a utopia. That way, when something bad happens to you, you run to them. They're hoping you grow dependent on them. Yes, but there are many injustices in life that are never made whole. That's life. It's life. You talk, only one person in this chat channel. You talk, only one person. I don't know what you mean, Yusef. Bless our troops. I agree. Hello, Musket Man. Thank you so much for being here. Stephen Parsons in the house, Slinging Silver 84. Thank you so much. No, but my dog's here chewing on me. He's a schnauzer. He's a good dog. I will show him off a little bit. He just wants to play. I love animals. I know what I'm saying is pissing a lot of people off. I could see it in the comments. But that is how life is. Life is meant to be difficult. And every time there is difficulty, you should not be running to somebody else to fix it. You should learn how to fix it yourself. It makes you stronger. It also makes you learn not to make that mistake again. But if there's always somebody else that's going to fix the problem, you're never going to learn not to make that mistake again. You're going to continue because, hey, mommy and daddy are going to fix it. Or the government's going to give me a new check. Or somebody's going to fix this problem. I have 9 kids from 9 different daddies. Somebody better give me my welfare check. But if nobody gives that lady the welfare check, there won't be a 10th kid from a 10th boyfriend. I don't know. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. And I know I'm pissing a lot of people off right now. And you can unsubscribe me and you can give me a thumbs down. I don't mind. I have no problems with people not agreeing with me. I have nothing against you. We can agree to disagree. Many schnauzers can eat chocolate. Your dog told me. Thanks a lot, Stefan. Thanks a lot. You helped me kill my dog. Somebody's walking up and down the street. I'll turn the camera again. You probably missed them. They're just walking out of view. They're walking an English bulldog in this snow. First name, last name, thank you so much. Oreo, top flight. So should the lady with 9 kids just be left to die then? No, but maybe she should go hungry for a while. And she'll think twice the next time she sleeps with a 10th guy. Let's put it this way, the lady will never die. Because if she goes hungry enough, then maybe she'll look for a job. Maybe she'll go to a church and say, hey, can I do this for you? Can I clean up for a meal? Maybe she'll do that. I'm not saying she will, but when you get hungry enough, you will do things that are outside the norm. For her, it's working. And by the way, that story of 9 children from 9 different parents, 9 different daddies, that's a true story. There's a YouTube video about that. And she actually says in front of the news camera, I got 9 kids to feed. Somebody's got to pay for this. That's exactly what she said in front of this news camera. The fact of the matter is, if God wants her to die, then she'll die. Who am I to intervene with God? Let her go hungry. If she's strong enough to... who's that scientist or whoever the philosopher is? The strong survive? Who is it? The world. To become a better place, the strong should survive. I know it sounds kind of weird, but who is it? Darwin, that's it. Even look up Darwin. The weak should die. I'm sorry. I understand all systems are rigged. Empire's Post. I'm not arguing you with that. But I think we're digging too. I think you're just. I think we're missing the point. The fact of the matter is, if you keep helping people out, they expect to be helped. Okay? And therefore never suffer through consequences. And consequences are an important factor in learning and becoming better. I am glad I suffered growing up. I am glad there were times I had to eat ramen every night. I am glad there was times my electricity was cut off. I am glad because that made me think outside the box and act outside the box. And what do I mean by that? I hated school. Decided life is going to continue on this way unless I get some kind of education and get a better job. But if mommy kept coming to me and helping me out, what would I have learned? Would I become a better man? Would you have become a better man or a better woman? If somebody's always there to feed you and pay for your mistakes? Anyway, enough of this conversation. I think I pissed off enough people. Yeah, so you want to see the silver again. Okay. And then I'm going to probably have to go in the next 5-10 minutes. Here's a bar of 0.999, 5-ounce bar of silver. And its brother, the 10-ounce bar. Yeah, this YouTube channel, it's a painful, truth is a painful thing sometimes. Yeah, I love it, shiny stuff. I also got a couple of other. Yeah, one guy says, I'm pissed off. You crossed the line, I'm out of here. Go forth, may God be with you. Yeah, this is what you're talking about. Nogales, Arizona in the house. William Garcia, thank you so much. Delivering a pizza with sardines gagged me out. I'd be pissed off, man, if it stunk up your vehicle. I put it on the roof rack. Put it on the roof rack next time, Dan M. What do I think about buying the 10th ounce coin? What do you mean? Are you talking silver or gold? If it's silver, absolutely. Well, I have about 20 10-ounce silver coins. So yes, I got no problem with that. But if you're gonna be paying a higher premium, but you also have the advantage of having some fractional. When it comes to gold, it is so small that you can't even hold it. So this is me. The smallest gold coin I'll purchase is a 1/4 ounce. $1 in the house. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. My first super chat of the evening. That's awesome, man. Let me see. Do not mention Ray's to over... Yeah, Ray's Pizza sucks. For all you New Yorkers, come on, you know pizza in Manhattan sucks. You got to go to Brooklyn, the Bronx, and you got to go to a pizza parlor, not some freaking nationalized Pizza Hut. Sardines are much better for you than pasta or pizza. I got to agree with you. The oils in them. And perhaps I never had a good sardine. But you're right, man. The oils in there are awesome. My dad used to love freaking sardines. Point A to point Z in the house. Rhode Island pizza. Some of the worst pizza I ever had. Pizza in San Francisco. I kid you not. Some of the worst damn pizza I ever had. The player NKC, how much does YouTube take off the super chat money? So what he's asking is, every now and then somebody will make a little donation like you saw. It's called a super chat. And yes, YouTube takes off 1/3. That's their cut. That's why I always tell everybody, don't even waste your money on me. If you feel inclined, just go to my PayPal. They take like 2 or 3%. My PayPal is in the link. But other than that, don't even give me any money. Sardines are nasty, but they are nutritious. Yeah, I agree. Picked up a little over 4 ounces of gold in the past 60 days. I am so envious because I have 0 gold. Well, that's not true. I have, I think, 3 1/10 ounces of gold. But they're literally the size of a pinky fingernail. And I'm talking small pinky fingernail. Cece's Pizza, are you kidding? $50, step into my office. Why? Because you're fired. CC Pizza, come on. Unless there's another CC Pizza. CC Pizza, isn't that like that that chain that has the animatronics, bear and everything? Isn't that kind of like CC Pizzas? You're fired. I used to love actually going there as a kid and watching the animatronics, you know, the bears and everything moving around. Actually, I gotta go now, folks. You guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves. My wife is just pulling up. Take care.